On a bitterly cold day of the 26th of January, tens of millions of Americans were seen digging out a foot of snow from New Mexico to New England. Much of the eastern United States has been paralyzed by the winter storm, causing at least 30 deaths and calling off thousands of flights. From the de-icing of aircraft during a monster storm, to a house getting engulfed in flames in Oklahoma, to emergency services across the nation. This is the story of frozen America.
We haven't gotten this since we moved.
Years and years. The last time I remember it snowing like this was like 11 years ago, maybe 2015 or so. But I mean, this is the first big storm we've had this year, so it's fine.
Yeah, we still get snow. We get snow somewhat often in the winter, but it's never been this bad.
3 inches,
yeah,
if that.
Yeah, school hasn't been canceled for snow in 5 or 6, 7 years, and this is the first snow day. We had 2 snow days in a row, so.
I don't know why I live here. Well, I love it. I love the snow too much. It hurts me. I always throw my back out, but I love it. I can't leave. Everyone else goes to Florida, you know, escapes the snow, but I run sled dogs, so I need snow.
Amid this winter storm, a private jet crashed while taking off from Bangor International Airport in Maine, killing at least 6 people on board. The Federal Aviation Administration said that the plane crashed under unknown circumstances on departure, and the aircraft came to rest inverted and caught fire. The cause of the incident is being investigated. Many pilots across the US had reportedly been struggling with visibility because of the storm. From New York and Massachusetts in the northeast to Texas and North Carolina in the south, roads were frozen, slippery with ice and buried under snow. At least 25 governors declared states of emergency, as the US is experiencing a historic winter storm. This is the White House blanketed in significant snow, calling the storms historic. US President Donald Trump approved federal emergency disaster declarations in 12 states. Reportedly, there were more than 560,000 power outages in the nation. Most of them were in the south, where blasts of freezing rain caused power lines to snap, inflicting crippling outages. And then to the north of the United States, winter storm Fern dumped a record 60 centimeters of snow on Canada's Toronto, marking the city's highest snowfall in recent history. The extreme weather interrupted transport, brought daily life to a halt, and left streets lined with snow-buried vehicles. What has caused the winter storm Fern? Which states have declared an emergency? How is the US dealing with the winter storm? All these and more on WION Wide Angle this week. Look at this satellite image that captured the winter storm's progress across the United States on the 24th of January. A major winter storm blanketed the United States with heavy snow and ice, threatening nearly 180 million Americans from the southeast to New England. Some of the heaviest snowfall, up to 1 foot or more, was seen in parts of Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Forecasters said snow, sleet, and freezing rain, accompanied by dangerously frigid temperatures, would sweep the eastern 2/3 of the nation. The U.S. National Weather Service warned of an unusually expansive and long-duration winter storm that will bring widespread heavy ice accumulation in the southeast U.S. and cited crippling to locally catastrophic impacts. Reportedly, more than 850,000 U.S. residents were without electricity, and with at least 290,000 in Tennessee and over 100,000 each in Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana. Other states affected included Kentucky, Georgia, Virginia, and Alabama.
This is certainly the coldest weather we've seen, the coldest winter storm we've seen in years. And truly, New York State is locked into a grip here. An Arctic siege has taken over our state and many other states across the nation. And the snowstorm we've been expecting is now underway, but it is brutal, it is bone-chilling, and it is dangerous. Snow began falling already on Long Island and New York City early this morning. Snow is now falling in Albany and everywhere in between. As I mentioned, we're not alone. It's hitting the entire state and 30 states as well this weekend. So we are anticipating the longest cold stretch and the highest snow totals the state has seen in several years. The longest cold stretch and the highest snow totals in years. Already, records in the state have been shattered. Shocking reports out of Watertown. Actual temperature in Watertown was minus 34 and minus 49 in Copenhagen.
Nearly half the states have declared emergencies, and schools across the country are canceling classes. In declaring an emergency in the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., Mayor Muriel Bowser said, "We're experiencing the biggest snowstorm in a decade in D.C. this weekend." While places in the north, such as the Dakotas and Minnesota, are used to below freezing temperatures in winter, it is unusual to see such extreme cold in states like Texas, Louisiana, and Tennessee, where temperatures are around 15 to 20 degrees below the seasonal average.
Late this evening,
New York's city mayor Zohran Mamdani expressed his confidence on 24th of January in the city's plan to respond to a winter storm. Mamdani assured New Yorkers that city agencies were communicating and prepared to deploy throughout the week. The storm represents the first major test for Mamdani, who took office just weeks ago.
we expect at least 8 to 9 inches of snow and likely more. This will not just be snow. This storm will also bring with it intense cold, a prolonged period of frigid temperatures that will last through the next week. Frankly, it will be colder than any sustained period that New York has experienced in about 8 years. But New York, whatever comes for it, this city is ready. The result is a city where every agency is working in lockstep with the other. We are thoroughly equipped and we are ready for whatever winter weather comes this Sunday.
The winter storm sweeping across the United States has brought life-threatening cold temperatures, with wind chills plunging well below zero and placing vulnerable people at extreme risk. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, slick roads and persistent snowfall created hazardous conditions, trapping vehicles on streets. One man is trying his best to help those caught out in the frigid conditions. Ryan Duvall is spending his days driving an old fire truck to transport people off the streets and into warming shelters as temperatures dipped into dangerous conditions.
Bought this truck from a government auction and we just kind of sat for a while and kind of, decided to do something with it this weekend, feeling the need for helping folks. Just cruise the streets, see someone, offer a ride. If they take it, great. If not, I can at least warm them up in the truck and just get them a water, meal, something. And it's just giving back to a community like everybody should do, so.
Duvall hopes his efforts inspire others to step in where they can. As the winter storm continues to grip the region, local authorities urge residents to check on neighbors and seek shelter immediately if exposed to dangerous cold. Emergency crews and volunteers have worked through bitter cold to help stranded drivers as conditions worsened. Like Duvall, another volunteer in Oklahoma, Kyle Anderson, is spending his nights assisting motorists.
I love helping people. I live out in the country all my life helping people. So it's just normal to me to help people that are in need. So, yeah, it's a good time. Fun. Winter storm, snow apocalypse 2026.
Freezing rains have enveloped power lines in regions of the US's Mississippi, causing poles to collapse and plunging thousands into darkness as electricity remained absent for hours, with many houses without power. This scene unfolded in Rolling Fork and Hollandale amid the broader onslaught of Winter Storm Fern, which has killed at least 30 people. The US had more than 8,000 flight delays and cancellations nationwide on the 26th of January, according to Flight Tracker. Reportedly, 45% of US flights got cancelled on the 25th of January, making it the highest day for cancellations since the COVID-19 pandemic.
We don't know if we're going to make it or not, so we've been here since Sunday about 7 p.m., so we'll find out if we make it today or not. My flight was supposed to start on Sunday morning, and it got canceled Saturday morning. And then we got canceled until Sunday night. We got to board our flight at 4 p.m. And then we got here to Dallas Sunday night around 7. And then we sat on the airway or on the tarmac for about 5 hours.
As the storm continues to grip the region, meteorologists point to a rare confluence of atmospheric conditions fueling its intensity.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of scary, but cool.
Winter Storm Fern originated from a potent Arctic air mass plunging southward from Canada, clashing with warm, moist air drawn from the Gulf of Mexico. This setup created a freezing rain corridor across Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Tennessee, where temperatures hover just below freezing at ground level, but warmer aloft, allowing precipitation to fall as rain before supercooling and freezing on contact with cold surfaces. Experts attribute the storm's severity to broader climate patterns, including a stretched polar vortex. Now, let's understand what the polar vortex is and how it is sending cold waves. The polar vortex is a large area of low pressure and cold air surrounding both of the Earth's poles. It always exists near the poles, but weakens in summer and strengthens in winter. The term vortex refers to the counterclockwise flow of air that helps keep the colder air near the poles. Many times during winter in the northern hemisphere, the polar vortex will expand, sending cold air southward with the jet stream. This occurs fairly regularly during wintertime and is often associated with large outbreaks of Arctic air in the United States. Scientists say the increasing frequency of such disruptions may be linked to climate change, though the debate is not settled and natural variability plays a role.